What's up, YouTube? Kedgris here. This is my match reaction to Nottingham Forest 1. Newcastle 1. Now, that was a game that was actually pretty interesting to watch. Not from like a high quality point of view, but if you were looking at it as a game of like who can mess up the most, it was a great game to watch, man. Like, I thought Newcastle's passing was all over the place for some reason. And then our decision making, it was a cluster, man. It was a cluster, and I thought it was a decent game, honestly. And especially coming off of the result on Thursday with the Europa League, it felt kind of like just a smooth thing of like my soul. Like I went back to okay, I'm calmed down now. I'm back to normal. We can move on with life. The world is not ending. There's another season coming. We're safe in the Premier League now, officially confirmed. Sorry, West Ham. But we are safe for another season. And that's all you can ask, man. What a ride. What a season. What a journey. But we're here to talk about the game. So let's get into it. So starting with Newcastle, I don't know what's going on with them. I felt like they were good. They definitely dominated the first like 30 minutes of the match, but then their passing was kind of off. Nick Woltemata, yowza, what a disappointment, man. Every time he picked up the ball, he'd go to pass it and he'd just pass it to us. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? So Osula, he looked lively. I really didn't feel like he was a threat though in the box. I didn't feel like he was a threat as an attacker. He just was like putting himself about, if that makes sense. So it came off like he was doing a lot, but it wasn't really much. I don't know. I could be making no sense whatsoever, but the MVP for them was definitely Bruno Guimaraes. He was building it up, playing defensively, tracking back, making the runs. He was doing everything and anything for them. He is the Morgan Gibbs White of Newcastle. So honestly, he's a great player. There's some rumors that he could be leaving in the summer. Good luck to Newcastle. I hope they don't lose him. I know he's like, what, 28 now? So maybe he can finish his time up at the club, just stay a one club legend, but that's not for me to decide. That is up to Bruno. As for everyone else, I thought they did all right. Lewis Hall at that right back position was interesting, and he seemed to play pretty well. Although, Luca Nets, brother, Luca Nets absolutely tore him up every time they went against each other. Like, it was incredible to watch. I was like, bro, is Luca Nets a winger or a fullback? He was doing Lewis Hall left and right, bro. He was taking him wherever he wanted to. Man, if Luca Nets just got better at defending and worked on his decision making, he's going to be an excellent player, man. And I think that's stuff that's probably going to come with time and with more confidence, more game time, and whatnot. Now, their back line was pretty solid. Dan Burn, I thought we would take him on more, but Baqua ended up just kind of not. So Dan Burn had a decent game, and that's not what you want to see when you've got a winger up against him. Outside of that, Joelinton was notable. He brought a lot of good physicality to the pitch. Tonali, honestly, I didn't think he was that impactful. He did win a couple times, but overall, I don't think it was really crazy. I thought they were taking a lot of pot shots, and to be honest, the game felt kind of like half-assed from both sides. Once that first like 30 minutes of Newcastle was over, it kind of felt like a game where it was like, nobody really wants to get injured, you know. So it is what it is. I think it was an okay performance from Newcastle. I know that they're trying to push for Europe, but I don't think you're getting it, guys. You just haven't been good enough all season. Sorry. Sorry. I like your team. I like your club. Just saying. Moving to Nottingham Forest, I'll work from the back, work my way to the front. Matt Sels once again had himself a hell of a game, making incredible important saves that kept us in the game. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about him because he's such a good shot stopper, but his distribution is just so shit, man. Like, he was doing goal kicks and he put it out of bounds twice. It was just like I think I'm on the Ortega train. I think I am. I'm on the Ortega train. Plus, he keeps getting injured. keep him you can keep him, but I mean, I'd look to for Ortega to be the number one. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It's my opinion. Take it as you live. Moving to the center backs, we got Milinkovic. Pretty good. Um, there's an issue with these three center backs where they weren't stepping out into the midfield to track the striker, and that was like all game happening. So sometimes Milinkovic would have to step out, and that actually it resulted in a chance because he stepped away from Osula to close down, and then it's just the center backs played like bitches, and I just don't understand why they weren't stepping out. You know that when you're in a three back, you have to be aggressive. I thought Morata would be that guy because normally he is the guy that steps out and attacks the midfield and follows the striker, but he didn't either until later in the game. Just a weird game, man. It was a really weird game to watch. I think Morata was fine, um, but at this point, I don't look for him to be a starter. He's fine. He's a backup that I don't really want to see, but he's okay. So I mean, that's really all I can say about him. Cunha was interesting. He kind of got pushed to right back later in the game because what happened was he took Nico Williams, took him from right back, put him at left center back to help on that left side with Luca Nets up against who was that, Murphy, and then we took Jair Cunha and he was essentially playing right back, but he never like made runs. So, and I know he knows how to do it because I've seen him play right back before. So the whole game was really just really weird to watch. Nico Williams, another 7, 8 out of 10 performance, solid. Switched over that left center back position, helped out Nets, did a great job, provided width, provided attack. I think he needs to stop fucking long shooting, dude. Like, bro scored one goal from those long shots, and now he's taking them every time, dude. Calm down. Calm down, dude. You don't need it. You don't need it. I really do think our right side, that right back position, we're going to have Nico Williams, Ola Aina, and Nicholas Savona in the summer to play those positions. So I think we're stacked. And then I think left back, I would like to see Nets get a run in, but I wouldn't mind us going and get another left back. We've been linked with a couple. So I don't know. It's about depth. And like I said, yeah, solid game. Speaking of Luca Nets, what the hell was that? He was insane, dude. You see his touches? Just one touch, brought it down, fucking gliding across the pitch, man. I was like, dude, is this guy a winger or is he a fullback? He was amazing. He absolutely cooked. What was his name? Hall? Lewis Hall. Okay, I was right. I was about to call him Lewis Hall, and I was like, is that correct? But he was great. He was fantastic. Defensively, not good, but once we kind of adjusted for him to be able to attack, he was a catalyst for a lot of our, creative opportunities. And he looked good, man. He really did. He really looked good. I'm gonna be curious to see how we play next season because I feel like we have a good center backs, and our wing backs are more wing backs than fullbacks, to be honest with you. Like I could see Ina playing like a bombing fullback. I could see Nets playing a bombing fullback. Savona definitely. Savona was scoring goals before we even knew what to do with him. So it's gonna be interesting to see next season. Moving the midfield, Dominguez. So he did get injured and was pulled off at halftime. That's why Ryan Yates came on. I was curious about that, and that's been confirmed. You can see that from the little cross right here on his name. And he had a good game, decent game, good interceptions, solid defensively. If you're asking him to be defensively sound, he's going to do that for you every time. He's going to give you a 7 to 8 out of 10. If you ask him to be creative in the 8 position, I think that's where he probably gets lost in the sauce. And he steps out too far. Like he needs to learn to he has a lot of energy. Keep it contained a little bit more, and be more holding in your defensive work. Anderson, great game. Scored the goal that tied us up. Won the ball a lot. Made good passes. He was up for it. He scored the goal, and then he went down with an injury. And I swear to God, and I found it. He did celebrate when he got up. he got up and he did this like weird sign with his hands, and then he pointed up. So I don't know if that counts as a full celebration because he didn't go crazy or anything. But I mean, I'm just saying, just saying. Moving to the tens, Igor Jesus. I thought this was a better game from him, better performance. Really, really essential, honestly, to what we were trying to do. I thought he was great. Really good at holding the ball up, laying off passes. I'm not, if you look at him, he's not a creative 10, but he's a physical 10. He's a shadow striker 10. And he's really good at just, winning the ball and then laying it off, being physical, and providing a presence in the midfield. So good performance. Taiwo, I think the score is probably disingenuous. He was good. Should have scored. Really should have scored. But sometimes, with Taiwo, it falls that way. But he was making runs. It seemed to be our game plan was trying to hit the channels on the outsides to try to get him in behind. It just really wasn't working too well, mostly because the passes were crap. But, the few times he was able to latch on the ball, I mean, he obviously created the chance he should have scored, and then he was creating problems. So Taiwo, I think, is a good, decent backup striker. Man, I would keep him. I know people are talking about getting rid of him. I'm like, why? If you play a one-striker system, you still need like 3 strikers. So you go Wood, Awoniyi, and then you just go buy a striker. So why wouldn't you just keep him? So like I don't understand that type of rhetoric. It's baffling to me, but it's neither here or there. The last one, Baqua. I said this during my watch along. Once I come to a conclusion on a player, I don't waver from that conclusion because it's a conclusion backed up by watching a player over a set period of time. The only time I ever reset my thoughts on a player is after a summer break. If they come back and they look good in the summer, because I know there's a whole thing where like second year in the Premier League, look at Sangare, they can make a comeback and whatnot. My problem with Baqua is it feels like a mentality thing. Like he just doesn't take the guy on. Even when he beats him and wins, he doesn't go at him again. He's always looking backwards. He's not like he doesn't play on the half turn like you expect from a winger. I just weird to me, and I just don't like his play style. So I'm out on Baqua. I wish him the best of luck, but I do think we need to move on from him in the summer. Uh, could have a resurgence in his second year like Sangare, but I can't expect anything at this point. So that's just my thoughts on everybody's subs. Ryan Yates, he was all right. He came on, he was all right. Made some fouls, got a yellow card really early for no reason. Hutchinson was dangerous. He attacked the fullback like Baqua was refusing to do. Created chances, put the ball in the box. Chris Wood, great guy. Should have scored, but I mean, he was creating problems. He was laying the ball off. He wasn't really winning headers, but he was there and about. McAtee, once again, McAtee, I feel like there's a player in there. I've always thought there's a player in there. I just don't think he has the physicality for the Premier League. And to me, at least, energy-wise, he doesn't apply himself, especially in the defensive part of the game. He can go. I'm fine with him going. I think he's a great, talented player. I think he'll do great if he goes to somewhere like La Liga, but not in the Premier League. Not for me, not for our team. Finally, the Beanpole, Lorenzo Luca, actually pretty decent. Came on, did a job, didn't really make any mistakes that I can think of. And yeah, it was a decent performance. So moving to the manager, Vitor Pereira. This was probably a null set for me when it comes to my stance on Pereira as the future manager. The game, I mean, we came off being tired. He rotated as much as he could. The game plan was all right. It felt more like a game where we were coming in for a draw. We weren't really pushing to win. That kind of bothered me a little bit. But, beggars can't be choosers. We're safe. The thing, here's my problem, and I'm going to talk about this more in the summer if we go looking for a manager. If I'm on the fence about a manager, you're pretty much done. Like, you've already lost me. I shouldn't be on the fence with you. Like, if I've reached the point where I haven't made a decision yet, which I haven't, he's been doing really good. 10 games undefeated before the loss, and then we had 8 straight undefeated in the Premier League. But then he took a step back in the Europa semifinal. So for me, I'm on the fence still. I really am. And if I'm on the fence for a manager, it's not good enough. You got to convince me. I haven't been convinced. Does he deserve time next season? Honestly, I'm not bothered if he stays or goes, to be frank. And that's not me trying to be, controversial or anything. I'm on the fence, and being on the fence means that you don't care if he stays or goes. So otherwise, okay performance, good substitutions is what it was. So overall, a weird game. Felt like we came at it trying to get a draw, and a draw is what we got. So fair result. Although I know some Newcastle fans were mad about it because they won Europe, but can't win at everything, can't get everything, and y'all have not had a good season. But if you guys liked the video, please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me, do you think this was a fair result? I think on the balance of play, just a little bit, maybe. That first 30 minutes, man. Oof. But the most important thing is, come on, you Reds.